How do you want to spend the last 10, 15 years of your life? I know how I want to spend it. Have you ever wondered and questioned that? That question is very important because the quality of the questions that we ask ourselves determines the kind of life we're going to live and how is it going to manifest, how we meet our vision by creating with mindful, conscious choices the manifestation of that vision along the way. So we know that this life comes with one contract. We know that. I know that. You know that. And that is a final and death clause, right? We know that. That's not a negative thing. That's a positive thing. We want to live knowing that death is always around the corner. We don't know how, we don't know when, but it will happen. These physical bodies will shed. Well, the important question is, those 10 years prior to, let's suppose we do have that ideal longevity that we all are trying to work towards having. We all want to envision a very long, long, long life. Now, have you ever wondered what's the point of having a very long, long life if the last 15, 10, 20 years of our lives are spent in misery? Or maybe if we don't even forget the people we love the most. Isn't that a tragedy to be a victim of our excess and all our possession and all our extras, additional things that we have, and all the deposits that we have placed in our bank accounts, all that treasure, that currency that we may or not have built up? What's the point of having all that if we don't have our health? So I would like to flip that equation upside down and that pyramid of priorities in life and think, what if the real currency is your wellness, your health, your fitness, and your agility in your mind, in your body, mind, and spirit? What if that is the real currency that we need to really consciously and mindfully daily through our thoughts, through our actions, through an action daily plan, have ahead that financial planning that we do for how we're going to spend financially the last years of our lives? What about how we're going to spend in our health, in our fitness? That is the treasure. That is the currency. Because having all the positions, all the money in the bank, being that victim of your excess and success sometimes is not enough to keep this brain going and to keep the body going. So if you look around you, if you look around your loved ones and people you know in general, and you walk around in society and you look at the last 10 years of many people's lives, do they have some limitations in their mobility? Do they have some issues perhaps remembering some of their loved ones or their story or whatever that is sad. And I believe within reason, because obviously there's genes and there's circumstances of life. We don't control what happens to us, but the things we can control is how we respond and how we choose to create opportunities for us to remain healthy, to support our bone health, our balance, because even fractures, they don't happen so much because our bones are weak. They happen because we fall and we lose our balance, or we're disoriented, or we trip, or we're not mindful and conscious of our movements. So all those are preventable injuries. And a person, let's suppose that I'm 80 and I fall and I break my hip. Well, that could cost me my life, because an injury like that at that time of my life will be horrendously detrimental to my longevity. So what I'm saying is that anybody at any age can step and say, stop, look and listen. What am I doing in my life? And is this habit, is this choice, is this action going to support me long-term into my longevity, so I do have access to that treasure, to that currency of wealth? Yes, in the bank account, but the real wealth, the real treasure, which is the currency of health, fitness, wellness, sharpness in your mind. So I believe wholeheartedly that we have to make that conscious choice today, whatever age you are. If you're 50 plus like me, even more so important. And I believe that we can do that, incorporating very simple little techniques and tips that they can blend into our daily lives. We don't have to go to the gym necessarily or have a whole weight system. No, we just have to use the opportunities that our activities of daily life offer us, and then support our well-being at a physical, mental, and emotional emotional level, spiritual as well. So if you're interested, please come back for more, because I'm going to build up on other videos on this topic, which I believe is very, very, very important. Because once again, I'm going to finish with the same question. How do you want to spend the last 10 years of your life, the last 15 years of your life? I know how I want to spend it. I want to be hiking. I want to be skiing. I want to be embracing and recognizing my children. I want to be alive and kicking. I want to love my life and still get up every morning celebrating the gift of this heart beating every day until the end. So please join me, because if you bring that brilliance, if you create that magnificent opportunity to the end, we're going to co-create a beautiful, beautiful world, and together we're stronger. So if you like these videos, please subscribe, comment below, and share with others. And I come back for more. I'm here for you, and I'm going to continue sharing as much of my 2 cents of wisdom, which is not much, but it comes from the bottom of my heart, trying to help and put myself out there in case any of what I share is of use to you. I hope you do the same, and in the meantime, I wish you love, peace, namaste. Thank you for watching.